And it begins. Theta Sigma as GenuineSecrets responding to 33Secrets' new video. Sorry, I have commercials. I let them turn it on. Actually, I have an idea. You can see it right here. So it's like an inverse video where I'm able to do something different. That's like a new idea style. Let me try to put it up. There we go. There we go. Sorry about the commercial.
Wish there was an easier way to put your trading methods into practice without risking any real money? Try Webull paper trading. Real-time data, analytic studies, stocks, ETFs, and options, all in one place, and it's free. Webull paper trading, the perfect way to learn how to trade stocks.
Very difficult to be attracted to the person that is good for you. And this is like, if you're gonna come for me, like how about that? Let's get that out of the way. This is very true. Think about a person that is super good for you, but like good on paper, right? Like they're good. Like you know that this is a good choice for you, but something isn't there. Something is missing and you don't know what it is. And you feel bad because you're like, oh my God, I should like this person. Like I should give this person a chance.
Maybe
like,
not.
They could be so good for me.
Yeah, thinking like that is a bit of a... It's like cognitive dissonance in a way, where you just kind of like accept already the situation. You accept already what the person will be without questioning it. But you don't have to be too critical about it. Sometimes your gut feeling leads you in a certain way. But it's not about finding who's good or bad for you, because that's a bit binary. It's like obviously there's a good sensation for how things should be good. But like obviously that's so stupid to understand. That's the natural way things are. But the complexity adds on to it. But people fail to grasp the complexity is actually additional aspect to what is actually going on. So if you think of positive good, there's an additional aspect that makes it even more structural.
Literally love bombing me and going to set me up to ruin my life in the next 4 months. Like let's reflect inward. I'm not taking all of the blame here, but you know, sometimes we are the problem. And I think that I just had a conversation with a girlfriend who's going through this right now. Sometimes we are the problem. And that is
in a way,
okay.
That's...
Like, it is totally okay.
Don't blame it on yourself when you consider yourself the problem. But sometimes that kind of just happens. Like a paradoxical situation where you realize the problem is right there, but it's not exactly there. It's a bit more not intuitive, but as I said before, complicated.
What is it about this person that is not adding up? Like she's like, this guy is totally different than all the other guys I've dated, which is...
Yeah, that's how it feels sometimes when you feel as if everyone's just different. Like that one girl that's just different from all the other girls, and you just fall into the trap to believe that. But the thing is, from this perspective, I might seem to be a red pill person, but that's only because I'm kind of carrying the aspect of what this video is presenting. So in a way, when you see this video, you see me as a red pill person. I'm not really red pill. So you'll see me as like a kind of neo perspective, but it's not actually that. Because the story of the Matrix per se, I want to push pause real quick. The story of Matrix and Neo is just a created algorithm for like the Wachowski brothers, what they thought about how Matrix would run. But for some reason, even if we are living in a simulation, it wouldn't be run on common numbers, because our brain, and Carl Sagan says, our brain doesn't rule by numbers or letters. It has a complex algorithm that can't be really deciphered. And it's not, when we see it as like, oh, it must be this type of computering system because this is what we base it off of from what we learned in the world. That's just like, sort of like almost accepting the cultural nature of the thing that we think. I know I'm going into many different topics, but that's how I work with these complex videos.
That damaged women say, because she just spoke exactly.
I don't really consider them damaged women.
would speak, right? She just said,
He's kind
the
of wrong.
guys that are good for you, I should like this person.
But he has
I
a
should want
point
to
to
be
a certain
with this
degree.
person. I should want to have babies with this person. But there's something's missing. Some adventure, some excitement, and that's why I like the guy that I'm not supposed
He has
to be
glasses.
with.
I'm gonna wear
The guy
glasses.
that's not good for me. Yeah, the Chad, right? That's why you're
Not the
DG,
Chad.
buddy. That's why you're
That's
now
not
in
how
your
it
30s
works.
and you're still single. Because those
There's
are the
no
dudes that you've
technical
been picking.
Chad. That's just an archetypal
Let's be
perception.
real, right?
When you
Let's be
automatically
100.
assume
Keep
a
it
person's a
100.
Chad or alpha
Those
and
are the
beta,
guys that
you
you
confuse yourself with
want.
the habitative
Okay? You
ways,
don't want the good guys. You don't want the safe,
whoever
reliable guys.
that
Okay?
like
You
some
want the
historians
unreliable
think or
guys.
Carl Jung
You want
or
the guys
Sigmund Freud or
that
all the
keep you
previous
living
people
in a
from the
state of
1800s and
uncertainty,
1900s
where
early
you
in
don't know
history
what's gonna
thought,
happen tomorrow.
like that
You
kind
don't
of
know what's gonna
archetypal
happen the next
perception of
day.
the
You don't know if he's
animus
gonna
and all
call
that
you.
sort of
You don't know if he's actually gonna
psychological
show up to the
perspective.
United States.
It's so
You don't know if
primitive
he's actually
that we
banging
are
somebody
not
else.
beginning to
Oh,
see
that guy.
the things that are actually changing
Yeah,
with
that is a
psychology,
dude
but
that
we
chicks
just
like herself
fail to see that.
appreciate, value, and go for. She said it herself, right? Not my words. Those were her words. These are the type of guys that I shouldn't want them, but I do want them. Right? That's why
Well,
you're damaged.
that has a
So, yeah,
point.
this
When
chick
someone's
is
so
clearly
linear and so
Chad chasing,
focused on
right?
what
I
they
mean,
want,
that's
they
what
usually
she is
do
at the
get
end
what
of the
they
day,
want
right?
in a
She's
more
just a Chad
complex
chaser.
perception.
Like many of these
I say
broads that
complex
we
all the
feature
time,
here
my
on
bad.
33
It's kind of
Secrets.
like
She's
like
Chad chasing. She's looking
there
for,
used to be this thing called the law of attraction or
basically
the
the bad
universal
boys.
law.
And
The universe doesn't
hopefully
really
that one
run
of
on
them
human law. We
changes their
think the
ways.
human,
I
we
can
think
change
a lot of
him.
people
Oh,
think
my fixer
humans
upper. I
create
can
the
change
universe.
this guy
We
into
don't
mold
create the
him in
universe. We're a
exactly the type
small
of
speck
exact
in
beta
a
male I want him
land
to
that is
be.
far
Then I'll
different.
lose
And when you
interest in
realize
him.
that,
Then
you
I'll be
see the
on to the
true
next
self of
chat.
who
I'll
you
try to
are.
do the same thing.
But you
Rinse and
sometimes have
repeat.
this alter
Rinse and
ego
repeat. It's the
perception, like
same
the
old
red pill
story.
and
History
beta
doesn't
alpha
change. It just
perspectives
repeats
that kind of
itself
put you on a
for
different
these women.
path. It's not really true.
She's not fooling
But
anybody.
what
She's
is
definitely not
true is a
fooling us,
perception.
right?
It's
I
kind of
mean,
like,
it's
are we all seekers of truth, finding each
unbelievable
truth
that
different?
they can't
Because
even see it
there must be
themselves.
more than just one
She just
truth.
said it, right?
But I'm gonna
Herself,
get
and she's
more
not,
into depth of
she
what
should
he's
want the
talking
nice
about.
guy, but I don't
He's
want
talking
the
about
nice
how
guy.
girls are like,
I
here, I'm gonna
shouldn't
push
want the
pause.
bad boy, but I do want the bad boy. Well, what does that?
He's talking about how some girls hit the wall and basically they're in their 30s and they want men who are younger and more physically apt. And the younger girls are into more older men because they're more suitable, more controlling, more in the respective role as a dominant perception. But the thing is, we forget to focus on gay people, people with gender dysphoria, trans, uh, two spirited. But for now, let's just focus on trans, male, female. So the situation with the trans makeup, I don't call it makeup, but perception of how they work is that it's more complicated. It has more of a spectrum of awareness, more vast, intricate web, where it's not just focused on dominance or submissiveness. It's rather different. So the dominance hierarchy is not so dominant anymore because of the new age of how things are changing. But the thing is that we have to keep our values a little bit so we can see where it goes. And if it doesn't go in a good area, we have to still continue with it. And that, in a way, is an imperative structure. One second, I'm going to put it back real quick.
That tell you about you. It tells you that you're damaged. Plain and simple. And it also should tell you that you're probably going to remain single for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I don't really agree to that, but it's sort of happening to me. I might have hit the wall or some shit, but I still get action here and there. Not action, but I get some people that message me here and there. Some people may say, "Oh, this guy's a black pill. He's such a pussy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just making shit up." But the thing is that I don't really care. I laugh at the comments that say that fucked up shit to me because I'm a person that's dealt with a lot of fucked up shit, and I don't really care. Even though I realize part of me doesn't say, "Oh, maybe not enough fucked up shit happened," but it's just like that, you know.
You know the deal. Sad sight. All right, next clip.
Yes, 100%. It is better to be alone than to settle. To settle for anyone, but especially to settle for a man. And I think it's like
it's good to be alone, but it's also good to be creative. You see, do you want a relationship that's just like, oh, we're just together, we're just friends, or do you want a complex relationship where you like, why are we friends? There has to be a reason behind it, and you get to the intricate design
You're not
or
gonna
the
let
function of
someone
how it
come
is
into your
chaotic
life and
beauty,
disturb your
or
peace
different forms
unless
of
they're
love
making your
through
life
spectrum
better.
awareness,
They're making
and
your
get
life
to explore where you're
happier,
actually
more
going.
enjoyable,
I haven't had a
easier.
relationship in
Like
years, but
men
I just
want
start
us
to
to
understand
believe
how
that
that
the
works, and
scariest,
it's actually
most
beautiful. You
undesirable
can actually
outcome
feel
in the
that for other
world
people
is
too.
being
You can
alone.
feel
That's
that
why
with
they
friends,
throw the like
family,
you're gonna be a
but not. I'm
crazy
not. I'm not
old
trying to be creepy.
alone
I'm
cat
just
lady.
trying to
You're
say
gonna die
relationship
alone.
in means
Anytime
of
we talk
like
about like
friendship
raising
and
our
connection.
standards,
But
looking for a
obviously,
certain
with
type of men that
women
is
and
putting
men
in
or
this effort
non-binary
and
people,
doing
it's a
that,
full
because they
expressive
know if what we're scared
perception.
of
It's
is
like
just
there's
being
so
alone, is
many,
not having a
not
man,
express,
then
that's
all they
stupid.
have to
More
do is
like
show
4
up and
billion
we'll be
people that are
fine with
women,
that.
8
But
billion
if
people that
our
are men, and
requirement
well,
is
I don't know, maybe
I'm
like
I'm happy by
1% are
myself.
non-binary
If
or
you can
trinary
be
or
better
something.
than being by
But if you really
myself,
focus on
you
it
can
more
join me.
intently,
But
it would
that's a
show
high
that
bar. You cannot
probably there's
add
more
stress to
people
my
that are
life. You cannot
non-binary and we
add
don't
work to
realize
my
that.
life.
Well, that
You
would go
cannot
into
add
too different
headache,
depth. If we have
heartache.
too many
Like
issues with
they
the world
want us
trying
to
to
be
figure it
scared of
out through
being
medical
alone. We
science,
have to
doesn't really
become
find solutions because
comfortable
it's
with
being
ourselves
funded by things that are
without
not
a
really
relationship.
functioning for
That
the
is
growth
the
of the world,
standard.
but the
All right, this
decline.
chick's statement is hilarious. She's saying that bad. With so many potential customers
Commercial,
out
sorry.
there, are you reaching the right
I
people
know
in
I'm
the
not
right
focusing
way
on
to
the video,
drive
but
growth
this
for
is
your
kind of like
business?
a how I
Google
talk,
is
a
powering
translation of
ads
what I'm
like
reading here and there.
people
Kind of
pay
ignoring
for
it, but
what
at
you
the same
offer.
time, kind of paying
You
attention.
can gain leads, shoppers, and awareness by advertising across the Google network in the moments that matter. Google Ads, helping your business turn curiosity into customers. Sign up at ads.google.com. Bandlab is breaking the game right now. Last month, we got double the track limit in studio from 16 to 32 tracks. And this month, we've got not one, but two super exciting AI vocal tools. Voice to MIDI and Voice Cleaner. Voice to MIDI will allow you to turn your voice into
So
more than
I'm gonna turn this down a little bit.
370 instruments. Hum, sing, or record audio and turn it
So the thing
directly
is
into MIDI.
33 Secrets has probably been with hundreds of women, has a really beautiful girlfriend right now, or whatever she is. It's kind of complicated for red pill people to name what their relationship with girls are, or even men. Who knows? He's probably been with men too. I'm not trying to be rude, but who knows? People have their own decisions. People explore in their own ways. But he'd probably get a lot of men too. But maybe he'll get more women with when the day comes. Just trying to be a little sarcastic and funny. But yeah. I'm not being condescending or anything. Just trying to be a little hilarious. Every once in a while, I go to the bar, but I've been kicked out of the bar, 3 bars, and I get advice from. One sec. Oh, I'm gonna listen.
Don't feel like they're gonna be alone. No, 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 no. Bad men don't need women, and they're not worried about being alone, right? Because there is no endless supply of damaged women out there willing to date these bad men. There is an endless supply of these chicks out
It's
there.
better to feel alone
These dudes that they can't
instead of feeling like there's a vast supply of people, because that's kind of capitalistic. Think about it like this. A red pill person is capitalistic because they believe they can have whatever they want in a full supply everywhere there is. It's kind of like how the capitalistic situation of what we feel about. We have all this food, so we can just intoxicate ourselves with so much food. All this beer, all this stuff. This viewpoint is capitalistic completely. It's political. That's why we shouldn't focus on the game-like quality of relationships, but go even further into a new depth that is not game quality. It's some sort of a play-like. It's not a play-like. It's different. It's not considered play, but it's different than chaos and order. It's an equilibrium of focus. Equilibrium instead of game. Let's call it equilibriums. That's a good thing. The function of equilibriums goes to the vast perception, gives you more intake for what you're looking for, but I'm way past that. I'm into a new perspective of gender identity, which goes against all the other ideas. It's just a vast shift.
She's talking about want to scare them into feeling like they're going to end up alone. Sister, you are going to end up alone. As a matter of
all of us are going to end up alone. All of us hit the wall.
You don't have a man.
But is it really a wall or like a preordained facet? It could be a window. It could be like a brick wall. Or, there's so many different forms. So let's see how our face changes depending on what we do in our life, what happens. You can actually perceive what's going to happen. If you're ugly now, you can actually look better if you do something with yourself. Like, it's not just the personality. It's kind of also how you look. We fail to recognize that what we focus on with relationships is mostly in looks. Looks are probably mostly what we focus on, not exactly personality. But it's different for people in India, Russia, and all those other places. But you would definitely look at people in India, they're probably talking about Bob's and Vagana on Facebook, messaging girls randomly. But that happens everywhere, like in all the different countries. I'm not trying to be racist, though. It's just kind of how it is.
Any former adult actress, any former porn star.
Let's see how much the video has left. All right, the video is almost done.
Committed suicide. Many former.
Let me turn it up.
End up committing suicide, sadly. Right? You could probably look up some of your favorites from the 80s or 90s, and many of them are gone because they committed suicide.
Well, the thing is that some people have mental disorders, but the medical community fails to help those people because the only thing they're focusing on is how much money they get in the hospital, because the hospitals get a shit ton of money, a shit ton, for real. And hospitals in other countries probably do a way better job, probably in the UK, probably in Switzerland, all those other places, probably have Canada even so. But every country has their issues. But the thing is that the only problem as for why this happens is due to capitalistic thought. Oh, that doctor is better than that nurse. That doctor is better than that patient. But it's not just the betterment. When you focus on the different clauses of betterment, different perceptions for how better can be depending on the market or a stock market or something like that, it can rise, it can fall, it can go sideways. It can do something that is not even regulated, or experimental stuff can go into different arrays, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Like, how did that happen? We don't even know what's going on in the market. So it's kind of like that. Even though I know some people in my life that are starting businesses. Like, my friend's getting a shit ton of money on Coinbase, so it's pretty fucking cool. But, yeah. Anyways, I believe the video is almost done. Let's see. Just wait for this to load. It'll be done. Commercials are irritating. Just think of this as some sort of old-fashioned video style, inspired by Coach Corey Wayne, 33 Secrets, and Coach Red Pill, because I like the style of Coach Red Pill. It's totally beautiful. I love his videos and how he does it. So cool, so awesome. I like him, but he's still stuck in Ukraine, probably in a prison, and he could be either alive or dead. If anybody in the world is willing to look for him, please look for Coach Red Pill, because I miss him. I miss his videos. He's good. Speaking of the things that are happening in Ukraine, do you know anything about it, Manny?
I know the power grid when Russia took down the Ukraine power grid.
Russia took down the Ukrainian power grid? Huh. I'm not against any country, but I'm just kind of open-minded, but also closed-minded. My ignorance, abhorrent ignorance, kind of creates some subtle, freedom, but also creates problems.
Red, which is one of the rarest colors for Lamborghini. It's a 14,000.
Let's just say the archetype for the red pill is kind of cool personality that I'm going to adapt. It's sort of what I wanted the beta male to be, but I don't really focus on it, so I'm going to inherit this quality that 33 Secrets has. He'll be like a father figure to me, but I'm not going to do it. I'm Andrew, but I'm not an Andrew Tate. I'm just different. I still go by Theta Sigma, though. Look at that car he has. Thing is that I appreciate every video content creator, except for the ones that are totally gross, like EDP and stuff. I don't like him. He's not good. But smash that like button, subscribe, do everything you need to do, and comment with everything you want to show, or everything you want to talk about, because this is Genuine Secrets, and, yeah. He has a DeLorean. I should get one, too. Yeah. Smash the like button, subscribe. I'm not a red pill person. I think other videos will talk about more of a hypergamy perception for how women perceive men. And I already know what is going to be said because I think from that perspective too. Definitely, I think from both perspectives, but I'm not a centrist in that kind of quality.
And approach and close the youngest, hottest, most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s.
For him, it's like sort of like a game, like an alternate reality kind of game. But I don't focus on alternate reality. I focus on the real thing right here. I love living the real thing because I want to live in real life. I don't want to live in a fantasy land, even though some people might say that. But I'm not mad at them. I'm just kind of like thinking to myself, this is real life. I have to live it. I'm not going to be in my head all the time. I have to be out of my head. And the brain is kind of out here because of the electromagnetic space. Kind of like how wires transfer magnetic waves, and that's how AC and DC are so similar to each other based on that one video I saw on YouTube describing how wires flow through the currents and stuff, but the electrons don't really go through the wires. They are outside going through. I don't know much about it, but see ya. Bye. If he okay. All right, bye. Subscribe to him too if you want, or unsubscribe, dislike, or like. It's your choice.